Yeah, absolutely. It is. It is.
Let's check in on the league leaders who face a mini injury crisis at the moment. I'm still recovering from not making Aguero my fancy captain against Newcastle. Steve Wilson is watching this game for us today. And Steve, he'll be one of a few who are missing out today.
Yes, that's right. Talking about new stadiums, I don't think you get Manchester City moving back to Main Road from this place in a hurry. But City are a little short today. Aguero obviously is missing for about a month. David Silva, their little genius creator, for a couple of weeks. Alexander Kolarov out for a couple of weeks too. Still doubts about Vincent Kompany, who did play for an hour against Belgium in the week, but Pellegrini wasn't happy about that at all, not one little bit. So they're a little bit short. Bournemouth are very short as well. But of course, Manchester City have the Sevilla game in midweek coming up in the Champions League, and then they have the Manchester derby next weekend. And it is worth saying that both Fernandinho and Eliakim Mangala come into this game on 4 yellow cards. So if either are booked today, they would be out of the derby next weekend as well. So that's something for Pellegrini to think about. But also here at Manchester City today, they're thinking about Howard Kendall, who was one of their former managers too. And Howard Kendall spent 11 months as Manchester City manager. He described it as an affair, comparing it to his marriage with Goodison. Be very keenly felt down the East Lancs Road at Goodison Park, but also remembered here today with a minute's applause, flags flying at half-mast, as you can see, and the players will be wearing black armbands today.
Steve Wilson, thank you very much for that. I'm sure Howard Kendall's passing will be marked right across football today, which is great to see. In terms of injuries, though, Manchester City, as Steve was saying, have got some real problems, but they're not going to get any sympathy from today's opponents, Bournemouth, who've been decimated by, well, ACL injuries to start with, isn't it, really?
I was going to say, I like how you come to me when we're talking about injuries, Dan. Thank you very much for that.
Both of you can deal with this, can't you?
It's quite scary at the minute, the amount of ACL injuries that are going around the league. I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking 6, in the last 2-3 weeks, which is absolutely... It's scary. We don't know what it's down to, pitches, boots, there's speculation about everything, but I mean, for Bournemouth to lose 4 players, starting players really as well in their team, it just makes their season twice as hard.
Yeah, because with City, you think injuries, they can cope with it because of obviously the fantastic resources that they have. But with Bournemouth, and to lose Wilson as well, as long as the other boys, but I mean, he'd started the season so well, and we're thinking, can they stay in the league? Well, who's going to score the goals? Well, it was Wilson. That's a massive problem for them.
And they were getting a lot of plaudits as well. Eddie Howe signed a contract extension, but when you rip out, as Jermaine says, 4 virtual first-team players, it's so hard then to get everyone together and move on in the right direction.
I think it's almost impossible, but it won't change the way they play. They'll play the same way, but will they have the cutting edge?
OK, we'll keep an eye on them today as well. And former Manchester City manager Roberto Mancini is enjoying a resurgence in Italy at the moment. He's now in charge of Inter Milan, who are second in Serie A after missing out on a European place last season. He's been talking this week to Manny Jasmi.
What an exciting start to the Serie A season it's been. Juventus come to San Siro on Sunday. How big is this fixture?
I think that this is the most important game in Italy. Is the Italian derby, it's famous. I hope that will be a good game. We are in the second position. Juventus is in the middle. For them is an important game. Now it's 5 years the Inter don't beat Juventus in San Siro. If we are able to beat Juventus, I think that will be a very good season for us.
Last season, Juventus reached the Champions League final. There were 2 Italian clubs in the semi-finals of the Europa League. Do you think that that was a sign that Italian football is coming back?
I think that we are improved a lot in the last 2 years, and I hope that it can improve. But it's important to bring back many top players that in this moment maybe play in England, in Germany, Spain. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, all the top players play in the championship in Italy. The problem was when we lost this 4th place for the Champions League, because in Italy there are 4 or 5 teams that can play in Champions League without problem. But now it's important to earn again this 4th seat for Champions League.
Balotelli, he's got it through. It's Sergio Aguero! Manchester City winner!
Do you still feel a sense of pride when you see City doing well?
I was really proud about what I built Manchester because we changed situation after many years. I think in the last 4 or 5 years, Manchester City is, for me, is the best team in Premier League, and I'm very proud to work in that team.
When they last won the league title the season before last, many of the players that you had were still there.
Every year they improve the team, they bought fantastic players. Also, if I think that the best players in Manchester City are the same, Yaya, David, Aguero, Zabaleta, I think these players are really important.
I'm sure you're aware of what's happened to Chelsea. Can you believe what's happened there?
I think that in this moment Chelsea is like Juventus. They had the problem in the start of the season. This can happen, but for me, Chelsea will be like Juventus. They will come up in 2 or 3 months, I think, because they have a good teams, they have a good manager. I don't think that they can have a problem to get a Champions League position.
Can they win the league still, or are they too far
to win
behind?
the league, no. I think that we win the league. Manchester City will win the league.
He looks incredibly healthy. Looks like he's enjoying life. Does that show you the pressure of what being a Premier League manager is like?
Absolutely, all day long. Think about him as well as those scenes as well when they won the league. I mean, you know, he will go down in their history. I think his problem, like 1 or 2 other managers, was probably when he signed Balotelli. It sort of all started to go downhill from there. Interesting to see he never took him back, did it?
No.
To Inter. Very interesting.
But also, we talk a lot about players and clubs needing a fresh start. Sometimes a manager needs a fresh start. New set of players, new routine, new club, new training ground.
Yeah, new challenge as
New
well.
voice.
Yeah, and I think obviously it's a club that he's affiliated with, always been affiliated with, and loved there. And as we can see by the look of him, he's really enjoying life at the minute.
Juventus having a bit of a Chelsea season. I mean, they're 12th, Inter looking in good shape. And it's worth mentioning as well, which he touched on, that Italy have missed out on that 4th Champions League place, which has made a big difference to the league.
Well, it has, but you remember like all those years ago when we always used to turn the telly on and watch Italian football, and you turn it on now, and you may as well paint the lounge, mightn't you? Because honestly, because a lot of it, you're kind of looking at it and thinking, what's happened to this lot?
Yeah.
It's Premier League, that's where it is.
OK, I'm glad you got the phrase paint the lounge in. We haven't had that for a while. Thank you very much.
But a wonderful